Namaste. Welcome to Gentle Yoga with Joy. My name is Joy. This is a gentle, slow-moving practice. It's suitable for beginners as well as those with some experience with yoga. Before we begin, remember to always consult your doctor before beginning this or any exercise program. This or any exercise program could result in injury. Always seek the advice of your physician or another qualified health provider with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. By continuing with this video, you are agreeing to waive any claim for personal injury and any other damages against the instructor, photographer, and others involved in the production. Before we begin this or any yoga practice, it's useful to check in with the body. We may not have had time since we got up to really do that. So we notice, how are we feeling? What's stiff, what's tight, what's tense, what's feeling really good? Noticing without judgment, and remembering that we're always free to modify, to sit out any exercise that doesn't feel right for us. Generally in yoga, we seek to expand the range of motion by going a little outside of our comfort zone, but that may not be appropriate. Again, if there are replacement parts in the body, if our doctor has warned us, we might want to stay in our comfort zone instead. So we're aware as we go through the practice, remembering, again, always free to modify, always free to sit out anything that doesn't feel right to us today. Beginning lying back onto our backs. We might want a folded blanket under the head and shoulders. We might want some padding under the lower back or somewhere else. Bending the knees upward, we lean those knees against each other for support. We can extend the arms beside the body, turn our palms upward. Now, shutting our eyes or softening our gaze. We take a few deep breaths, preparing the mind and body. Yoga has been described as a moving meditation. What makes it meditative is the fact that we're right here now in the moment. That means we try to keep our mind from wandering. The mind always will wander. When we catch it, we bring it back. Focused again, right here, right now, what we're feeling, how we're breathing, where we might want to modify. Again, as we go through the practice, that focus on the present moment. And as we breathe, we want it to be deep abdominal breathing. Fill the lungs fully. Long, full exhales. To begin with, we can place the right hand on the chest, left hand on the lower abdomen. Take a deep breath in. As we inhale, we want that land on the abdomen to rise. As we exhale, we feel it sink beneath that hand. That shows we're using our diaphragm, deep abdominal breathing. Again, inhale. Left hand rises. Exhale, feeling it sink down toward the floor. Using our diaphragm, deep breathing. This kind of breathing is intrinsically relaxing. We can use it to tap into our nervous system to calm ourselves when we're feeling stressed. And in this position, it's very easy to tell if we're doing it right. That right hand on the chest, it might be moving too, but again, the focus on the abdomen. Release both arms down to the sides, turning the palms upward. Take another deep breath in. Notice what's going on with the lower back. It should arch slightly with the inhale, and as we exhale, we feel that lower back flattening. This is normal and natural, caused by the attachments of the diaphragm around the spine. Again, inhale, we feel that little arch of the back. And as we exhale, the lower back flattens. And for this first exercise, we're going to flatten the back to the floor. Hold that lower back pressed there throughout these next few breaths. We can keep our knees bent upward, or we might extend the legs if that feels comfortable. As we breathe now, we've got that little bit of tension as we press the spine, the lower spine, down to the floor. Try to relax arms and legs at the same time and breathe deeply. We always start with gentle, easy stretches. This one is great for strengthening and stretching the lower back and the transverse abdominals. Now release. Allow the spine to resume its normal motion with the breath. We can open the eyes, focus the gaze, and bend our right knee upward. Hands on the shin, on the thigh. Or we might use a strap around the back of the thigh. It doesn't have to be an official yoga strap. A belt, a tie, a sock will work just as well. And we pull that right knee gently toward the chest. Again, always subject to what we're feeling here. At the same time, we're trying to flatten the spine down toward the floor with the exhaling breath. The inhale will lift us a little as the rib cage expands. And again, as we exhale, we can gently press knee toward chest, flattening the spine toward the floor. Steady, easy breath. Pavana Muktasana, knee to chest stretch. Release that right knee now. Extend the right leg up toward the ceiling. Gently press through the heel. Don't force the knee straight. We're looking for a gentle stretch through the hamstrings here in the back of the leg. Now we can try pointing the toe and alternating a few times gently between flexion and extension of that joint. Little joint freeing exercise here at the beginning. Now we might try rotating the ankle. Slowly, gently, always subject again to what we're feeling, rotating back the other way. And we finish by gently pressing up through the heel. Again, not forcing the knee straight. Right leg as straight as we can comfortably keep it. And we're going to slowly and with control lower that leg to the floor. As we do, we have a couple of options. Keeping the arms overhead along the floor will make this a little more challenging. Keeping the arms beside the body, palms down, will give us more support so that it's not as challenging. Again, we do what feels right to us today. Slowly and with control, lowering that right leg down. Bending the left knee upward now. Again, hands on shin, on the thigh, or using the strap across the back of the thigh. Pulling that left knee toward the chest, flattening the spine to the floor. We might have that right leg extended at this point, or we might find it's more comfortable to the lower back to keep the right knee bent upward, the right foot on the floor. Always our call to make. Steady, easy breath as we gently pull the left knee toward the chest, flattening the spine toward the floor. Pavana Muktasana. Releasing the left leg now and extending the left leg upward. Again, gently press through the heel. Don't force the knee straight, stretching gently through those hamstrings, and then pointing the toe and alternating flexion and extension. And rotation. and rotating back the other way. And then pressing up through the heel, left leg as straight as we can comfortably keep it. Slowly and with control, we lower that left leg down. And now bending both knees upward. Hands on the shins, on the thighs, or again we might use the strap across the back of the thighs as we pull those knees gently toward the chest. We can start by taking a deep breath in. Exhale lifts us slightly off the floor. We might wrap the arms around the knees if that's comfortable, or catch them in a closer hold using hands or strap. As we release back down onto the floor, make sure that the head and shoulders are either touching the floor or that we have a blanket so that they're supported. And as we breathe, pressing the knees toward the chest, again, that focus on flattening the spine toward the floor with the exhale. Pavana Muktasana or Apanasana. Our both need a chest stretch. Release the knees. Kick the feet up toward the ceiling. Soles of the feet facing the ceiling. Knees are deeply bent and wide apart. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. We might use our hands on the back of the thighs. We might run our strap across the back of the thighs. If it's comfortable to grasp the feet, we can do that. Pull the knees gently toward the armpits. Again, good, not painful stretch. Keep that same focus on flattening the spine toward the floor. And again, as we breathe, noticing what's tight or tense, what might be restricting us in the pose. Trying to relax with the exhale. Ananda Balasana, happy baby. Pressing the sacrum down toward the floor, there at the base of the spine, will intensify that stretch a little bit. We can also introduce a little movement here, gently rocking side to side. Option to maybe extend one leg gently at a time as we swing side to side. Happy baby variations. Coming back to the center, release the feet. Bring them down to the floor. Keep the knees bent upward. Feet here are about hips width distance apart. Place the right ankle on the bent left knee and take a moment to notice how the right knee is feeling. If it's not comfortable, we don't want that. Knees should always be comfortable. So our option then would be to cross the right knee over the left as a gentler modification. Once our knee is comfortable in the pose, we turn our attention to the hips. This is a hip opening pose, reclined pigeon or reclined half lotus. Keeping that left feet on the floor, we might be feeling plenty of sensation in the hips, so we can stop right here. If we want a little additional sensation, we might gently press on that right thigh to open the pose. For more sensation, we might grasp the left thigh or run the strap behind it to pull that left knee gently toward the chest. Any foot that's off the floor, we flex. We keep the energy in the legs and we focus, noticing what we're feeling, noticing which muscles are restricting us here. Again, we breathe deeply. We try to focus with the exhale on trying to let some of that tension go. To find our edge today, good, not painful stretch, steady, easy breath. Supta Ardha Padmasana, reclined half lotus, or Supta Kapotasana, reclined pigeon. Release. Uncross the knees. Soles of the feet on the floor, knees bent upward, and now we place left ankle on right knee. And again, we check in with that left knee, remembering if it's not comfortable, we don't want that, we can cross the left knee over the right instead. For our hip stretch, we might keep that right foot on the floor, maybe applying a little pressure to that left thigh at our discretion. Or again, if we want a little more intensity, grasping the right thigh or running the strap behind it. Pulling that right knee gently toward the chest, feet flexed, steady breath. Supta Ardha Padmasana. Releasing now. Uncross the knees. With knees bent upward, we roll to our side now. From here, we can press ourselves up, coming to seated and then coming onto our hands and knees into a tabletop pose. I highly recommend some extra padding under the knees here. We can use a folded blanket. We can double up our mat. If the knees are very sensitive, we might double them up the blanket so that the kneecaps hang off the front, taking the pressure off them altogether. Hands beneath shoulders, and again, if it's not comfortable to have the palms down, we can experiment with making fists. Or we can use a bolster. Again, it doesn't have to be an official yoga prop. We can use a sofa cushion or some other material we have at home. By resting on the forearms, we take the pressure off the hands and wrists altogether. Once we're comfortable here, gazing a little ahead of the hands, soften the jaw, relax the face. Draw the navel gently toward the spine. Take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, the center of the spine starts to arch upward. As it does, the head and tailbone will gradually tilt toward each other. Cat pose. Inhale. The center of the spine now is moving down. The head and tailbone will gradually tilt upward and be very gentle with the neck here. Cow pose, Bitalasana. And then exhaling to our Majariyasana, cat. Inhale to cow, little back bend. Exhaling to cat. Slow the breath down, draw the movement out with the breath. Inhale, cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Cow. And cat. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhaling, cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. One more of each. Cow. And cat. Bring the spine back to a neutral position. Again, we're gazing a little ahead of the hands. Relax the jaw and the face. Extend the right leg. Ball of the foot on the floor. Don't force the knee straight here either. Again, we're gently stretching through those hamstrings by pressing back through the heel. We want to draw the navel up toward the spine at the same time so that our core is engaged. Pressing back through that heel, we can hold the pose steady, or we might add a little bit of movement here, rocking over the wrists. Chakravakasana, spinal balance or sunbird pose. Bring the right knee back down. Find stability in the pose, and then we can extend the left leg. Ball of the foot on the floor, pressing gently through the heel. Again, not forcing the knee straight, stretching through the back muscles of that leg. Drawing the navel up toward the spine. And again, option to hold steady or add a little bit of movement there. And bring the left knee back down. Extending the right leg. Once again, we might keep the ball of the foot on the floor, press back through the heel exactly as we did before. If it's in our practice, we might experiment with lifting that leg, pressing through the heel here. Again, not forcing the knee straight. Engage the core here. Breathe. Steady, easy breath. If we find the balance, it's an option, just an option, to maybe hover that left hand just off the floor. Or we might extend the arm, and the arm can extend in front or to the side, whatever feels best to the shoulder. The breath is steady, whatever we're doing or not doing. Chakravakasana, spinal balance or sunbird. Bringing hand and knee back down. Again, we find stability first, and then we can extend the left leg. Ball of the foot on the floor as before, press through the heel, or lift the leg to press through the heel, just an option. Drawing the navel toward the spine, soften the face. And then again, if we find stability, we might hover that right hand just above the floor. We might extend the arm in front or to the side. Chakravakasana. Bringing hand and knee back down now. From here, we bring our feet together and take the knees wide, and we can try coming forward into child's pose, balasana. In our child's pose, we want the forehead supported. We don't force it down to the floor. If it doesn't comfortably touch there, we can fold our arms, stack our fists, or use a prop of some sort, block, bolster, cushion. We want to make sure we're comfortable if we're doing child's pose. Again, we shouldn't be suffering in any yoga pose. Options to make it more comfortable might be to put some cushioning between thighs and calves as we press back. If the feet aren't comfortable being extended onto the floor, the folded blanket can do duty there too as well, underneath the ankles. And if child's pose still doesn't feel comfortable to us, there are plenty of other options. We might try rolling onto our side curling into a fetal position. We're always free to go into child's pose or any other comfortable pose. Free to sit out or modify any pose that doesn't feel right to us. From here, we can press ourselves back up to a seated pose and extend our legs in front of us. Staff pose, Dandasana. In our staff pose, we might want to be elevated on a blanket or other prop here. Make a little more room for the knees. Sometimes there's a tendency to slump backwards. Raising the hips will help to bring the spine back into a neutral position. Place the hands beside the hips. We're going to press down through the heels of the hands. We want to be able to straighten the arms without hyperextending the elbows. So if we need a little more support here, we can place the blocks under the hands. It's all relative arm length to torso, so everyone's a little different. Root down through the hands now. Shoulders up and back, tucking the shoulder blades down, back, and together. Arms are active, and we want our legs active too. To activate them, press the knees down, press the heels down, spread the toes. Draw the navel gently toward the spine. If it's comfortable for the neck, we might lower the chin toward the chest. Breathe. Dandasana, staff pose. Release now. Sitting up, we bend our right knee, place the right foot against the left thigh. If that right knee is hanging out there in space, we can use a bolster or other prop there to support it. And we take our strap around the ball of the left foot. One end of the strap is in each hand. Left leg as straight as we can comfortably keep it. That means we don't force the knee straight. Again, keeping that foot flexed back, shoulders up and back. Tuck the shoulder blades down, back, and together. Notice how we feel. This might be a good stretch right here. In that case, hold and breathe. And remember, with each inhale, we root down and lengthen up. On the exhale, again, we're looking for a little release. We want that release in this variation of the pose to come from the hips. So we're keeping a long spine and level shoulders. Inhale to extend. Exhale again, noticing what's tight or tense, trying to let some of that tension go with the exhaling breath in Janu Shirshasana, one-legged forward stretch. Literally head to knee pose, but here again the focus is on lengthening the spine. Releasing now. Extending the right leg. Bending the left knee outward. Left foot against right thigh. And again, if that left knee is hanging out there, we support it. Block, bolster, folded blanket. Strap around the ball of the right foot. Right leg as straight as we can comfortably keep it. Bend in the knee always allowed. Shoulders up and back. Inhale to extend. And again, exhaling, keeping that length of spine, steady, easy breath. Janu Shirshasana. Releasing now. Sitting back up, we can extend the left leg and bend the right knee upward. Right foot on the floor, pressing down through that foot as if we're standing on it. This is the pivot around which our twist takes place for this next twisting pose. We want that left leg energized with the foot flexed. We place our right hand behind the right hip. Extending the left arm, bend the elbow. We can use that left hand or left elbow to lock out the bent right knee as we gently twist to the right. If there's discomfort in the spine, we can walk that right hand back. Spine should be long. It doesn't have to be straight up and down here. Each inhale roots us down, pressing down through the sits bones, through that right foot, extending up through the crown of the head. The exhale gives us room to maneuver in the twist, to notice where we might go a little deeper, where we might need to back out a little bit. The neck should always be comfortable, so that might mean keeping the head in line with the chest here, or it might be comfortable to look a little to the right. Marichiasana, seated spinal half twist. Releasing now. Switching sides, we extend the right leg, we bend the left knee upward. Pressing down through the left foot, right leg strongly extended, foot flexed back. Planting the left hand behind the left hip. The right hand extends, bending the elbow, twisting gently to the left, using the right hand or right elbow to lock out that knee. Inhale extends us, exhale, we explore the twist, Marichiasana. Releasing. Facing forward, extending both legs. We can go ahead and lie back onto our backs now. Bending the knees upward. Feet hips width distance apart. Taking the arms out from the shoulders. We can have our folded blanket here once again under the head and shoulders for support. Those arms might be straight out in a T, or we might bring them in closer to the body here. Press down through the feet to lift the hips off the floor, and then move the hips a few inches to the right and set them down. Our bent knees now can move to the left. Keep the feet flexed. There's energy in the legs here. We're gently pressing that right shoulder down if we want a little more intensity. For other modifications, knees might come a little closer or be pushed farther away. Or we might use a prop, a bolster, blanket, or block beneath or between the knees. Gaze upward or wherever it's most comfortable for the neck. Again, for one, a little more sensation, we might be pressing that right shoulder gently down. Noticing as we breathe what's tight or tense, trying to release with the exhale. Jatara Parivartanasana, lying down, spinal twist. Bringing the knees back upward now. Soles of the feet on the floor. We lift up the hips, feet pressing down, move the hips a few inches to the left, and take our knees right. Flexing the feet. Again, knees can come closer, be farther away, be moved slightly apart, supported with a prop. If we want a little more intensity, we might be pressing that left shoulder down. Long, full breaths, releasing with the exhale. Jatara Parivartanasana, lying down, spinal twist. Bringing the knees back upward now. Soles of the feet on the floor, lift up the hips, and bring the spine back into line. We can extend the arms up and over, or find another comfortable position as we take a deep breath in, a long, full exhale. Another deep breath in. Another long, full exhale. One more deep breath in. And as we exhale, we can extend the arms straight up toward the ceiling, shutting our eyes or softening our gaze. We can rub the palms of the hands together, generating some heat between the palms. We can then press the palms over the eye sockets. We can open the mouth wide and then allow the mouth to close, lips together, teeth apart, tongue relaxed inside the mouth. Elbows slip to the floor, hands fall, palms upward, open and relaxed. And we're ready for Shavasana, relaxation pose. We might keep the knees bent upward, leaning against each other for support, just as at the beginning of class. And again, if there are back issues, this might be the most comfortable option. Or we can try extending the legs onto the floor. If we do that, I recommend putting a bolster or rolled up blanket or some other prop beneath the knees so that the legs are bent and the lower back can find a little more release. We might find more comfort lying on our side or stomach instead, and we can do that using our props to make ourselves comfortable. Now, deep, natural breaths, letting go of stress and tension with each exhale, allowing our bodies to relax completely, melting into the mat. We relax and breathe. We can begin now to bring awareness back to the body, to deepen the breathing, to waken our body with small movements, fingers and toes, hands and feet. We can gently turn the head from side to side. We can extend arms and legs, stretching out the spine. We can bend our knees upward, rolling onto our sides, curling into a fetal position, and we can remain that breathing until we're ready to press ourselves up to seated. Namaste. The light within me salutes the light within you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Enjoy the rest of your day.